the temple, Jews abandoned it and would not worship in it again. And it later, of course, it might even be destroyed when the 7,000 earthquake did happen. Now, this was signal, however, that the prophesied time of great trouble had come on Judah. The time of Jacob's woes is referenced from Jeremiah. People should take warning and flee to the mountains, according to Jesus, Matthew 24:16, Mark 13:14, and most credible theologians and Bible believe and teach that the abomination of desolation refers to this place of the idolatrous image of the man of sin installed in the temple, and people made to bow down and worship it. That's consistent with having the mark of the beast in the tribulation. 2 Thessalonians 2, 3, and 4. According to this interpretation, this will be the final act of sacrilege. The ultimate sinful offense to God makes the final stage of human history before the kingdom. This is the major event. There are scriptures that, when considered together, potentially provide clues as to the possible identity of who this beast, the Antichrist, actually is spiritually. For we know that the Antichrist will be a satanic, possessed human being and not Satan himself, because there's something called the unholy trinity that consists of Satan, the Antichrist, and the false prophet that we will run across a little further in our study. So the Antichrist is not Satan, but he's a person who is satanically oppressed, possessed, or whatever the case might be, in control. There's a good argument to be made that this historical person, that is a possessed person, could be the return of the previous person that lived on earth at the time of Jesus and was even chosen by Jesus. And number to consider is that the Greek word for devil, diabolos, was applied to Satan. It is the only, other than that, it is only applied to one human being in history, one time, and that is Jesus Christ when he chose him, say, have I not chose you, and one of you is a diabolos, a devil. Those on time you find those two words, that word being used. It will apply directly to Satan in the wilderness temptation of Jesus, get thee behind me, Satan, same thing. And here to the same person, Jesus called him devil. Now, the word always applies to Satan, otherwise is only applied to a human being once in Scripture, and that person is Judas Iscariot. Another unique term applied to the Antichrist is the mystery of iniquity. Now, since the Antichrist is a counterfeit, false, opposite of Jesus, like the horse, first rider of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, he comes in a white stallion, imitating, if you will, the true Messiah who will come that way. The true Messiah, who is entitled in 1 Timothy 3:16 as the incarnate Son of God. If I had time, we would read these verses, but the reason I put them on most of your papers so you can look it up yourself. 1 Timothy 3:16. Then in direct opposition, Judas, the mystery of iniquity, would be the son of Satan. The explanation for this is to be, that is true, is based on something that happened before, once in history. The cohabitation between a fallen angel and a human female in Genesis chapter 2 would also mean that Satan could have cohabitated with a woman, not necessarily a virgin, and produced his seed, incarnated himself. And as in Genesis 3:16, the word seed there, the seed of woman shall bruise, you shall bruise his heel, the seed of woman shall bruise your head, is explained further in Scripture. It applies both of the seed of the woman we know to be Christ, and therefore it is plausible that the seed of Satan would be the Antichrist. In John 6, verses 70 and 71, Jesus defines Judas as the devil, implying no doubt that he was, in fact, an offspring of Satan. This would make Judas the incarnate son of Satan. The question arises then, since the Antichrist and Judas are both called by the same name, are they in fact the same person? The one of the seven heads of the depiction of the Antichrist seen by John